understanding if the Moldavite you purchased is real or fake. Fortunately, like I said, I do have two pieces, one that is lab grown or that is artificial, and one that is authentic, as well as another piece, but I will discuss that piece a little bit later. One of the main ways to tell if your Moldavite is real is if you understand where it's coming from. You have to know that all Moldavite is from the Czech Republic, Austria, or other parts of southern Germany. These are the only places that Moldavite can be found. So if you ever find someone trying to advertise that it came from somewhere in Asia, or if it's like some super special quadruple secret African Moldavite, there's no such thing. The second thing you should note about real Moldavite compared to fake Moldavite is the textural surface. If you could see, if you could see, this is the lab-grown one and has this incredibly shiny surface. It's one that has just a lot of like glassy sorts of reflective qualities. Very much literally like glass. But if you could see, like this, it's a bit duller, it's a bit more robust in the sense of just, like you could say, like light absorption compared to reflection. You'll just see a lot of the surface itself as well to have a more finer grainy sort of consistency. And if you can see that it does have a duller sense of that color, it is not going to have this sort of like lime-ish green tint to it. It's going to have quite a few different shades of green, but all of them being a little more dull, a little more opaque, maybe. In all instances, I think you can kind of tell that difference. The third thing you should be considering when purchasing Moldavite is the price. You should understand that these are valuable tektites. These are even more now so because of the limited mining resources or the limited mining access that the Czech Republic government has allowed for Moldavite. So the price itself has increased, and so has the amount of fakes. So, like I said, I did purchase this from someone that was labeling it as what it was, lab grown. And in all honesty, it is from a mold of some sort. And I don't know what their process was when they, made this in the lab. Another thing that you should take into account when you are trying to purchase Moldavite, at least genuine ones, is something that I have mentioned in the previous lists of qualities. The formation of this is very much artificial. It is round, it is very much like just thin, and it's very smooth. So the sort of, I guess you could say, mold that, the obviousness of this mold is something that I think that you should take into account, because this is a pretty common form of artificial Moldavite. This piece in itself is very unique. You're not going to find a lot of huge pieces like that. You're not going to ever find one that's got that sense of like perfect ovalness, and you're not going to find one that doesn't have that sense of rigidity, very much a common quality. One of the most noticeable qualities of Moldavite is that sort of chaotic formation, that chaotic, rigid, and like kind of sharp edges to it. The sort of like unpredictable aspects in its form. So that is definitely something to consider. You will never find quality or authentic Moldavite that is of a uniform shape. Each one is unique and each one is individualistic. Number 5 on what it is you should be looking for when you are purchasing Moldavite. You should ask and make sure it has a certificate of authenticity. If it doesn't, then I would not trust that source. If it isn't able to back up its claims of authenticity with actual paperwork, I would not purchase it from them. And number 6, there is and there has been a sort of a selling of beads, of Moldavite beads on, just bracelets. This sort of formation for Moldavite isn't super common. If you ever see something that does look a little bit like this, and it's a bead, it most likely might not be authentic actually. Apparently the process it takes to make these Moldavite pieces into a round bead is expensive, and it usually results in a clearer looking product. So it does lose rigidity, it does lose that sense of milky thickness. It does clear up a little bit when they turn it into a bead. So if you ever see beads that were just on a lower price, I would not recommend you purchase it, mainly because, like I said, the process it takes to create these into beads is more wasteful than just purchasing this and putting it in a silver sterling frame. So that is just something to consider as well. I hope you guys purchase Moldavites at your own risk. I hope you guys know that I am not advocating this, because like I said, you would need to be a person that is looking for change, that has tried every other way in the book to get what you're trying to do in life done, and just haven't succeeded so far. This is something that will uproot a lot of the things in your life that have been holding you back, and will allow you to pursue that dream, your desires, your heart's desire. I hope this helps, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Thank you very much for liking and subscribing. Thank you very much for watching this video. Deuces.